Wow,
That's not even CSGO back. That's 1.6 back.
It'll work. You know, Khan's not a busy man.
No, not at all. He's only in Asia right now.
I say that with a smooth coat of sarcasm. All right, so let's roll off for our pistol rounds. We get map number 1 of potentially 3 underway for Fnatic versus Flipside. The winner will go up against TSM in the winner's bracket final tomorrow. The loser will drop down into an elimination match, best of 3 up against Na'Vi. And interesting stat coming out here from Fnatic. They've pushed 4 players into the B, expecting some kind of aggressive push to come up from Flipside. JW did take a considerable amount of damage during that. And they leave Olaf as the floater over on A to go up against what looks just to be Simple and Markelov, who are making a hell of a lot of noise over here. And I think that it almost feels like they're trying to force a rotation from the Fnatic defense, but don't have any desire to really push up B until they get a pick. And Fnatic are holding 3 players on the defense. Now, finally, JW is going to get a bit of vision into the mid. He's already low enough on life. With only 8 HP behind him, he's going to walk through the smoke. He's so close to Simple. You could smell his body odor right now on the other side of the smoke if it wasn't covered by this forest fire smoke.
He just turns around. Nah, never mind. I'm going to go back the other way.
Oh, they're still in front of each other. There you go. So JW's finally going to go down to Simple, which means the A side's fairly open up, but the push has already come into B. And I say team property, because that's where Schneider is from. It's just Fnatic, very solid defense from the back. They are losing a couple of players, however, and it's only up to Schneider to hold this. And he's got point-blank range on Bondic, holding the line, allowing time for, well, at least Olaf to come up through the banana, but it will not be enough. Flipside get the first round up against Fnatic, and the bomb plant included, so really good cash coming in.
Yeah, Blade gets the extra 300 for that, but good start. They need this pistol round to build on it. They need any round they can possibly get right now. Interesting to see them run that 3-man at B the entire round. They did never rotate off of it. They delayed Banana about twice, I think, with double smokes out. And the one that we obviously saw them kiss inside of, essentially. Yep. And but it was JW with low HP that gave them that easy entry, and then they just rushed in on that opportunity.
These double scouts coming out from Fnatic. They didn't have a hell of a lot of money, but they were able to control up Banana, slow him down with that first tag from Pronex onto World Edit, and then bring the extra support over to A.
Double scout, they already did good damage, so World Edit's going to have to be careful. Blade already down. Fnatic's looking very good already, and JW lost a lot of HP, but it's not a big deal because he's on a pistol, so that's a huge win for him regardless. A little bit of damage dealt in return from that AK. That's Pronax down to 17. He's your other scout player. Not able to connect the shot, and oh, that nade lands right on Flush's feet. Although it lands deep. Yeah, that was interesting.
Like, he's got balls of steel.
Apparently he's got a whole body of steel.
Now they think it's absolutely fine. He goes for the spray, however, his aim is a little bit off. So, old tank, no accuracy.
I almost have to go back and watch the demo on where that nade landed. Like, that must have landed behind, like, a fraction of, or a blade of grass that randomly has a hitbox.
Can chicken soak damage? Maybe there was a chicken behind him. Either way, Fnatic, hard to get the defense, but maybe a little bit easier when Pronex is able to get that first hit with the scout. There's another one below. They just come in with the Mac 10 on Markelov. With the 2 remaining CT defenders sitting at the top of mid. But with 7 HP on Olaf, he's got to get away from that Molotov. JW trying to come in from the balcony. Not finding his opening yet. In fact, Olaf has managed to flank all the way around, coming in from the arch side. They've got a really nice crossfire here, allowing JW to breach in. And it's Olaf on 6 HP. Throws the smoke. World Edit jumping over the top of it, and he just sprays in through the smoke. Realized Olaf was low anyway. And Flipside will take their second round here on Inferno.
Good shot by Pronax. Again, I can't wait for that jump scout to be nerfed. I really hope it is.
And
I know it's somewhat spectacular to watch, but it really doesn't have a place in the game.
It's amazingly terrible.
So they went for that double scout. Obviously, their CT they have to save for 3 regardless, but this does weaken their economy a little bit going forward. They're going to rely on getting a few picks in this game, or pardon me, in this round, to get them into a bye that's viable for round 3 because not a lot of upgrading had to happen for Flipside. That time we see those 2 Galils still picked up for Bondic and World Edit.
This is really aggressive from Fnatic. They got 3 on the top of Banana. They're trying to, with losing a one-on-one, that's kind of okay. With the double smokes also covering up Banana, Flipside aren't walking into this. They hear a lot of spray coming from the top. So they back it up. Flusher watching up for the mid. Flashbang to go first, and Bondic inside the smoke. They're going to walk themselves over to Archers. Nice flash, but they can't get anything from it. Schneider's going to be the first one to drop. as Flusha forced to retreat back to get some education at the library. But where's that cross? At least Flusha managed to find himself a machine gun. But switching into the pistol, comes in, gets already the man. Does he go for the defuse? He doesn't have a kit, so it would take him too long.
Picking up this Khalil, though, from in the corner was so important. But Markelov gets the kill. If he had found that first kill on Markelov, who tried to peek him over the box, there was very, very low HP left on the second player. That would have been an easy clutch at that point, but good hold by Markelov. And lucky that bomb went down when it did in the corner. Otherwise, Flusha could have baited out the time. That was about a split-second difference. So 3-0. And again, Fnatic, because they're being so aggressive with their money and their economy, look at how little they have to work
mid.
with.
This is Nades and running a mid. They're going to try and really just split up the flip side lineup. They've already got the nice nade into Bondic. Able to get the kill into JW. And so far up, Pronax walking past the bench. Schneider is also looking for some kind of opening on second mid, but Markelov will drop him with that AK. But it is a 1-for-1 trade-off. Let's make that 2-for-1. As Simple also opens up the account for Flipside. Fnatic, obviously because they were buying up before. It wasn't a full buy, but it was enough to hurt their economy. They just had to go for nothing but pistols and 2 grenades this round.
World edit through the board too. Preemptive shooting. Oh, a little bit preemptive on his teammate that time.
Oh, Simple's got a hard back. I'm sure he can take it like a man.
He's only 17. He's just a boy, Toby.
Depends what country you're in. He could be a man. 4-0 in favor of Flipside, and they're going to get the bomb plant down as... Yep, they do. So the extra Moolah comes in, and Flipside, 4-0. Considering their last run up against Dignitas, where they got 2 or 3 rounds on their T side, they should be ecstatic about this start up against Fnatic.
Oh, no, this is great. Fnatic's helping them out a lot, I have to say, by being that aggressive. That double scout didn't pay off. They tried to force it in round 3. They go for a save. So now they got a 4-round spread instead of what you would normally see, which is 3. They're going to go up against 5 M4s in this case, and they're actually holding on to A quite heavily. There's double presence over on Banana with the smoke, but they could fall off this. They actually should fall off this based on this call from Simple, who's come around, and that's Flusha down already, so the kid's on fire. Already with another one, and as he comes around the corner even further, Pronax is confused about which way to look. Blade's now going to find Schneider, and everything falls apart today.
And Pronax walked in with his back to the enemy because he knew the flash was coming. And we've actually lost one of the players from Fnatic in the game. So that's not a great thing. But at least Olaf can get 1. But that's all he's going to get. JW's the last man standing. He's going to get a pickup on Simple. But he has to hold on to this M4. The bomb is ticking out. He can't stop this. They are trying to come up and grab that weapon off him. Obviously, Flipside with the huge money advantage. If they can get this M4 off JW, then they can quite freely push up because they'll know that Fnatic will be onto an eco on the next round because they just don't have a choice. M4 cannot be lost here, and it won't be. Actually, they do have a choice. They got a little bit of extra cash than I thought they did. So they get the second M4 up as well.
They've got the money bonus at full.
Oh, of course they do, yeah.
So yeah, 5 rounds. But I'm very interested because they haven't gotten many kills yet. Olaf's only got 1, which is quite unusual for him on Inferno. Flusha on 2. Schneider there as well. JW is the only one with a competitive amount of kills. Of course, Bondic's only on 1, but the rest of Flipside's above everyone else.
Look at this push come. With the grenade bouncing down, they try to push 3 aggressively down through Banana.
And this is more Fnatic style, getting very aggressive. I talked about it in the last game, how Fnatic did this to Liquid at MLG. They just basically took every ounce of map control they could get and funneled the offense into a very, very tight position. Usually in Liquid's case, it was Banana. Right now, it's mid for Flipside, and they've got to fight themselves out of basically being surrounded from 3 sides right now.
Now, Olaf hasn't pushed up all the way, but at least they know they have 4 players over on this A side. Flusha has to hold Arch side. There's a lot of smoke covering up the mid, so we cannot see anything. But the first vision they're going to get is that little bit of a peek up towards truck side. Or maybe just JW walking up through truck side to get to the mid. Olaf is still holding inside Archers, and that's where 2 players are moving up. So Olaf has to hold the line. World Edit bringing down Flusha, so there goes your Archer side. And Olaf backing up. He's got support rotating over from JW. But because Markelov and World Editor on the A side, Simple can just come back to A. Pronax, get it the third time right, sitting inside the pit. He's lost his support, which was in Schneider. He's got a lot of work to do with just this Famous. Support is coming over, but Blake can hear him bouncing around. And in fact, he's already brought down JW, who came in through Archers. Pronax is still sitting there. And he's not going to get the kill on World Edit, who puts that AWP at point-blank range to his head. And Olof's the last man left alive.
And this was a straight fight. This was a straight round. There was nothing unusual about this. There was nothing Fnatic did wrong. Flipside just outplayed them in this round. Nice shot, World Edit. That'll close off Fnatic in the form of Olaf Meister going down. So 6-0, and like I said, they had early map control there. They went for that 3-stack B. They didn't rotate back right away, but Flipside's just giving it to them right now. I have to say they look a lot more alert. I do have a question, though. If Delphan and Pronox made a team, who else would they pick up?
Son of a bitch. Sky Kitten is who they'll take.
Oh, there we go.
For people who remember. You have to be some old school people who watch some highlight videos of mine when I was casting Starladder. Oh, all right. So,
Hoyton from Gfinity is what I think they were calling him in that term.
I don't think I ever used Hoyton. Well,
Markelov's going to get JW to start off this round. So again, Flipside, one-man advantage. Pistols only, though, again for Fnatic.
They got no other choice. With the CZ autos, okay, well, Pronax is going to drop. And then this battle from range, there's no way Fnatic are going to be coming out on top of this battle, on top of this fight. That's AKs and AWPs up against CZ autos. If it was Rec 9s, then maybe I'd say, yeah, there'll be a chance of Fnatic. But now Flipside move in, they take the B site. Flush is moving over looking for Simple. And Olof's gone AWOL over to the T-spawn. There goes Flusher. And Olof is the last man standing. He's only got a CZ auto. There's nothing more to save here. As far as money goes, Fnatic will be able to have a buy round next round. So there shouldn't be a problem there. So I don't think Olaf is really worried about saving the CZ. If you can get a bigger gun, you go for it. But he can't. Simple snaps him back, and it's a flawless run right now for Flipside up against Fnatic. Those 8% of people that bet their skins over on CSGO Lounge might be really, really happy at the moment.
It is a best of 3.
It is a best of 3.
But we go over the last 2 rounds. 1 kill for Fnatic. I mean, that's just utterly ridiculous when you're talking about a team.
If they can't
the best team in the world.
If they can't find more than 1 kill this time around when they run a double AWP on both JW as well as Olaf, I will be very surprised. So Olaf gets to hold the top of Banana, and JW, in fact, is taking that AWP all the way up through apartments. Very aggressively pushing. He's having a peek for World Edit, and he's the man to take him down.
But Simple, oh, good kill by Schneider, because Simple was behind them both by getting up Boiler. And now Olaf's going to use that second op to good effect as well. So they do pick up 1 apiece. JW was tagged up in the process, but they've got a 3-man advantage finally going their way. But Markelov's not happy with that. He's going to do everything he can to fight his way out of it.
They're getting him. Bundik, as well as Markelov. A little bit of tag coming to Markelov as the rest of Fnatic are coming in. The flashbangs, doubles coming into the pit. They're going to be blind. Well, not completely. It's only Bondik. Markelov kept his head down. As Flusher battling from Cubby, he can take out both of them. So Fnatic finally off the mark. No ducks for these boys in the first half. They go 1-7 up against Flipside. Flipside are still rolling in the dough. But Fnatic not losing well, they did lose one weapon. They lost Schneider's weapon, but they've got so much money.
They've got easily another buy, if not 2, out of this if they do it right.
Because they're still running the double AWPs.
And like I said, they lost 1 player out of the last, well, obviously the last round they lost more than that, but the 2 previous rounds they lost 1 player out of all that. So that gave them a huge cushion to work with. Listen, this half is already a success, but I said they're going to need every round. I'm not at all going to shy away from that statement because this is Fnatic we're talking about. It's world number 1 against an unranked team, at least in the top 10's concerned. So they can come back at any time, and Olaf shows exactly that. Simple's down already.
Yeah, and Olaf has to back up. It did cost him quite a considerable amount of HP to do that kill. But it doesn't really matter as long as he slows it up. Wow, JW. Okay, I think it was he on top of a Molotov? I think it burned out when he unscoped. Either way, it's now 5-on-3.
Oh, man.
Bondik. Oh, he was caught mid-flash.
Markelov's going to run right through his smoke. Schneider's barrel is directly on his forehead when he came out of apartments. So there you go. Fnatic's got 2 in a row.
Flawless.
And this time, yeah, it's a little bit more organized. They don't lose a player. In fact, now it's their turn to only lose 1 in the last 2. So their economy is growing just like that. And like I say, momentum suddenly shifts. goes back the other way. Flipside fall out of favor with the money, and we could be looking at something like 8-7 very quickly.
Yeah, but if Flipside can get their composure back again, these early pickoffs are basically soul-crushing. They keep happening, and you keep having to fight 4v5. You don't feel like you can they get the pushes. Markelov wants freedom, so he can move up into apartments, get the contest on, and get into the A site. But Schneider's playing a nice little rotation position out. Flusher and Olaf holding from top, and now with JW, a 2 pickup with World Edit as well as Blade going down. They've lost their B site. In fact, now they're surrounded. All sides. They're like the 506 right now. They've dropped behind enemy lines, and there's just, you have to fight your way back out again. Bondic, he's at least able to get 1 on the Flusher. But this is only 2 players dropping within the last 3 rounds for Fnatic. Flipside, they're drying up.
Yeah, we go from seeing what happens to Fnatic when they force out early, struggling to get any economy working their advantage, having to take full advantage of the money bonus, and now they've got 8K in the bank after JW has the op already in hand. That's just a great comeback, and like I said, this could be 8-7 very quickly.
That it could be.
By the way, you said the 506. That's my area code at home, so I was like,
really?
Oh, represent.
I think of the Airborne.
That's fine. I think of home.
That was a really great clan back in Australia called the 506 Airborne.
So they're going to try and get some map presence over toward apartments this time. Markelov is the one that's trying to push up. JW's going to get forced out of Boiler because Bondic's shooting away at him from the bridge in alt mid. But there's 2 arch sides, so they can't come up mid that quickly either. In fact, their best chance is to try and get up apartments before someone rotates back.
Okay, he gets that one. Blade trying to move up through just the T
but look at this rotation.
Oh,
finally, JW goes down, but we've already got 4 players in the A site. Make it 3 now, and Schneider's going to go ahead and mow down Simple. So he's going to have to be careful, though. Markelov's still coming, doesn't check the right angle, and Schneider gets the kill onto him very quickly. So Flusha through the smoke also finds Bondic, and World Edit suddenly finds himself very alone.
Schneider was so patient then, too. World Edit's going to get dropped in just a moment. Okay, well, he should be dropped. He really should be dropped. If Olaf can actually connect on this. Okay, Schneider's going to try and help him out, but he's on 2 HP as well. Okay, well Edit. Try and do this solo. Is someone finally going to come and stab him in the back? Okay, Pronex will bring him down. But yeah, Schneider played that one nicely. He realized that Markelov is such an aggressive player, especially in apartments. We've been watching that for the last couple of rounds. He wants to come up. This was such a quick shot. So quick. Boom. Pulls it to the left. Can you flick a Famus?
I mean, that was straight fan flick. That was just well controlled the whole way across. It was a great shot.
Yeah, but Markelov, he pushed in, so all it was for Schneider was to wait for Markelov to come out. He knew he was under time pressure and just waited for it perfectly. Olaf opens up. Flusher as well. And Flusher, in fact, taking a trip. The bomb sitting on top of the logs. And Flipside's corpses can join it.
Yeah, and I mean, now look at Fnatic. Wakey, wakey, you pulled the tiger by the tail, and it's turned around, and Tigers do wonderful things.
Well, they were waiting.
They're getting absolutely
They haven't played
kill.
a game since ESL 1, so you got to, like, brush off the rust.
Not only that, Flipside just played on this map, too, so you can look at it that way, but this could be another situation like Nip last week against Envious on Mirage, where they started out 6-0, or 6-1. So, no, it was 6-0, that's right, and then it went 16 rounds back the other way for
Yeah, that was the first time
Envious.
we've ever seen something that one-sided in a altogether.
And this is the test of a team right now. This is when we're going to find out exactly how much mentality and how much composure Flipside have, because they've got to answer to this task. They can't just crumble. They need to find rounds. They've already got 7. 8 would be phenomenal for a T side. And World Edit's going to start things off. He's already got 1.
It's that double AWP that's running up now from Flipside. JW was aggressive into Banana. He had Pronex right behind him, so Flipside, they still, for the last however many rounds, have not been able to control the Banana or push into B. Every time it's been the apartment and top mid battle, which is exactly what Fnatic want, because they're only leaving 1 player over on B and dragging the rest of them back over to A. And the second they realize that Flipside are pushing into A, they pull up the man from B, either to rotate back or to come back up through mid. Pronax, they're waiting for him. That tag connects. B site's open. Olaf's already moving over there.
He'll beat them there.
But the bomb's not going there. Well, not making as much sound as... Okay, he's not making as much sound as he possibly can. Flush is moving back to mid. They realize the flashes are there.
But Olaf's not scared. He's going to go all the way down banana, so now they don't have room to work with. They've got to commit to A. As World Edit's going to sit back, I think he hears him coming. Yeah, he does. So he should find this shot the second he comes around the corner, and it's easily done. World Edit gets the kill. They'll put the bomb down afterwards, so not sure who that was, but they'll get another $300, and there's your 8th round. So they've already got the first half in the bag. But like I said, this is Fnatic. They need every start they can possibly get. So
especially Fnatic on T side. You look at them and you go, you know what? These guys can find holes in defenses even when they're not really
JW
there.
on this map knows angles inside, out, and backwards. You could put a smoke directly inside of his helmet. You could put it in real life. Just turn off his monitor. He'll still find the angle in you at banana.
And Olaf can just buy a Tech 9.
Well, then it's looking for the shot. He gets tagged up, but it's actually Olaf to go down, so there's one going his way. Pronax immediately answers that with the smoke, so they can't push him, and he's going to recover this op. He's scared to push it forward, though.
I don't think he wants the ult fully, though.
Oh, good nade. That's going to take one. Is it? No, it doesn't bounce far enough, so Bondic gives them a 2-man advantage. When I looked like Pronax finally had the trade, he won't come away with it.
Okay. Simple. JW. Boom. Who was the first to change? It was JW who held on to his weapon. And didn't have to switch through it. Flip side, down to 4v3, Fnatic with the disadvantage. But they have all players in A, and that's exactly where Flipside are going. So Fnatic have the best chance they have until JW gets dropped. They're going to look for a second one. Flusher around the corner, gets rid of Blaze. He'll notice up against the AWP, but throws the Molotov to stop that push to come in. And then Flusher takes another 2. He's got a 3 for so far, but he is unaware of where this last player is for T, and has World Edit on Flusher, a one-on-one situation. The bomb's in the open. The chicken is looking at it. Maybe you can reveal something to Flusher. He was expecting him to come up high, but World Edit's already on the side. He's like, oh, wait, no, he's down low. And that is going to be the round victory going the way of Fnatic, and we're into the last round. Here's that moment again from Flusher. Takes out one. Still 10 bullets left inside the clip. Molly to cover the rear. And then, well, that was 6. That was 4. Nice control.
Great hold. Good read. Good awareness that he had players coming down apartments. Like you said, that Molotov gave him a bit of time. JW's looking for the early shot this round. Not going to find it. That smoke will discourage him. So he's going to have to fall back toward Boiler, but he's actually taking the escape road back toward the site. Simple's getting aggressive again. He finds one. That's Flusher down. So now he's got a chance to round on Arch. The question is, does he go all the way through? Gets caught a little bit early, not expecting Olaf so soon. Didn't have his gun caught.
Look how fast Olaf is coming back. He realizes they haven't pushed up through A, so they have to get the defense over on B. World Edit is limping himself around. Are they looking for the double move back? Markelov as well as Blade, they're coming in. Where is World Edit going? He's in the bottom of Banana, while the rest of his team is battling up against these 3 CTs. Like, I know he wants to save the weapon, he might have to help out his friends. Blaze looking for the cross. The bomb is down. Molotovs keeping Schneider out. Bondic's able to kill him.
They know they're all there, so World Edit's joined back into this party as well. Bondic now with 2. Make it 3 for him. And a 9-6 scoreline at half. Flip side, what an excellent start. 7 straight rounds. Fnatic had some momentum going back, and then there you go. I talked about how they needed composure. They talked about mentality. They show it off brilliantly. 9-6. What a great start from Flip side.
Yeah, it really is, especially coming back. Like, I know we were talking about the games before tonight started, and we're like, you know what? Maybe we have a 2. I was actually thinking it's 2-0, 2-0 for tonight. And you're like, nah, man, it's gonna be it's gonna be at least probably a 2-1 in our first series. And then we are staring in the barrel of potentially a 2-1 here in the next series. Because I don't think, like, Flipside, they're playing well, most definitely. But Fnatic just had a really, really bad start here in the first half. So I don't think this is going to be repeated on the second map. But Flipside, if they can roll this momentum through, they at least take map number 1. And who knows, maybe you can find those early frags, that early momentum you're searching for.
And then we go to Mirage, a map they like and are very comfortable on. But again, it's Fnatic. They're good on Mirage too. So again, I still would have favored Fnatic on that map. The big thing for me was that I think Fnatic came into this with 2 mentalities. One, they weren't warmed up. We talked about that. They're cold. They had to shake off the cobwebs. They haven't played in 2 weeks, well, a week and a half, 2 weeks' time. The bigger one for me, though, was just that I think they thought they were such heavy favorites that they go for force buys or unorthodox buys that you wouldn't do against someone like NIP or VP, someone that demands the respect of you. because if you make that mistake, they're going to make you pay for it. So they went for that double scout. They lost it. They went for a forced third round. They lost it. Then they gave up 4 rounds. They had the money bonus going, and they still bought into it so heavily that they couldn't get a full buy round 6, and suddenly it was 7-0, all just based on the fact that Fnatic, although their positioning wasn't terrible, they just never really gave themselves a chance money-wise. So Flipside can consider themselves lucky in that regard, but like you said, pistols up, and Bondik's going to be the first to see some pressure.
Look how fast Olof's moving up through the apartments. He's looking for an opening, while Schneider backing up through Banana. They have top of apartments. Olof's there with armor as well as that Tech 9. I kind of almost just want to go on Olof cam. But we're not going to. I don't get my wish. The observers aren't listening to me.
No one listens to you, Toby.
Aww, ignored for life. Right,
So
Markelov as well as Flush are having some fun on the B side, but here comes the push.
No, I was going to say Pronax had the only smoke, so as soon as they deployed that left side, it was obvious they were going to go for this A take, but Flipside's already here. They're already waiting, and they've already got 2. Simple's got one onto Schneider right before he got to the bomb site, and now look at him rotate back. He knows they've gone back. They may get there. They may, in fact, go. Markelov calls the cross. Good shots put in by him. Not able to put the man down just yet, but he's not done. He continues on, and his teammates will join in on the action. Where's the bomb? It's going down finally, but Simple gets it, so Pronax doesn't even get the plant.
This is really problematic unless Flusher, he's already managed to pick up 1, finding the second, needs time to reload. Markelov will kill him off. As
World Edit!
Well, he's good with a pistol, but that's...
Semphis told you he was exiting B, Shazam. How did World Edit not hear you as he gets the kill? Finally, JW goes down, but man, oh man.
It was at that moment World Edit realized he fucked up.
You did it. You went for it.
Yeah, I can cop the flag for swearing on stream later on.
My goodness. I mean, that's just, I'll give him credit. He was definitely had his reflexes going. He was coming in there full head of steam. He wanted it, but a little bit of a miscue. Luckily, they get the pistol round, so that's both pistol rounds going their way. Now they've given themselves a real chance. If you win both pistols and don't come away with the map, you've got issues to address.
Now look at this from Fnatic. When you buy up full armor, there's only one which doesn't have the headpiece, and everyone has Tech 9s. Olof needs the opening frag. He's trying to from the top of apartments. There's more support just around the corner. Sitting on top of the truck, he's down to 9 HP. He cannot breach through. World Edit's waiting for Pronax to just expose himself a little bit further. Now he runs up with that machine gun. Putting the UMP to work, takes out Olof as well. And this push from Fnatic has failed. They didn't find the early frags with the Tech 9s. And Flipside should have no problem holding this one. In fact, World Edit, there you go, rack him, stack him.
JW's behind him, though, so that's one. Tech 9, easy kill for a guy like JW. Remember, this is Fnatic, and these are Tech 9s. We saw what can happen with those. So JW's gotten inside of Boiler. He's picked up that UMP 45, but they still have 3 FAMASs, plus 1 more of the gun I already mentioned to go against. Nice shots out by Blade. Little bit of damage dealt to Flusha, but also gives away the fact that they are still at A because they hadn't made contact with the enemy for a good amount of time. And Bondik gets JW. Easy kill for Blade. That'll do it. So 11-6. They get 2 straight rounds. They only lose 1. Unfortunately, not able to collect that UMP 45, but World Edit, he's got 58. Question is, does he want it? No, actually, wow, okay, so he actually bought another UMP 45. I thought right there at that point you've got 58. You're on the 3rd round in of the half. You might either go for an M4 just to have it so you don't have to rebuy next time, or if he wanted to, he could have glass cannoned right there. So obviously the op wouldn't have been as likely because you're up against pistols. It's a big sacrifice if it goes down, but an M4 would have been worth it there.
I think they're just playing the money game. They realize Fnatic have forced by themselves. Simple. 1, 2. Looking for the 3rd. He gets the 3rd. Pulls out the pistol. Wants the 4th. Can't claim him, however. Olaf will shut him down. But it's only up to Olaf. It was just nothing but a pistol round. Fnatic, time and time again in this map of Inferno, they have sacrificed themselves money-wise by buying the full Tech 9s. They did it on CT side with all the CZs as well. And it kind of feels like they feel like they can outshoot Flipside, but Flipside, they're playing a very, very patient game. Very, very patient game.
Cajun.
Hey!
So Pronax is the man, the conductor, the orchestrator. We'll see if he can get a plan going here. It's pretty default for these guys, but with Schneider on board, he's got a little bit of coaching to do. He's got the bomb, by the way, Schneider. And they're heading up alt mid toward that boiler position, but look at Flipside. They've got 3 players all favoring the truck side of A.
Yeah, they're just holding each other's hands for the moment. Well, I do still realize they don't have the advantage in the firepower because they are running the FAMAS. Hence, the economy battle can kick you in the ass. And if all they can do is keep World alive so we can get a couple of sniper shots off, a couple of those AWP shots off, then we're still feeling pretty good. Simple doesn't know exactly where Fnatic is moving. Flush is making noise at the top of Banana. And the flashes do come in, but the push is going to come out as well. Schneider making noise. He's going to move out with Pronex. World gets the first pick. Where's your second one? They back it up. They keep the flashes going. Wanting Fnatic to be completely blind, and Pronex will in fact die with that disable of the blinding. They do get at least one trade-off, and that's through Blade until World finds himself a second scout for the round. That AWP working overtime for him. And the third. Really clean, really solid defense from Flipside. And Fnatic looks like they've just lost control of this map of Inferno.
No, I mean, again, we go back to the start they had. That's only 7 of the rounds. I would argue 4 or 5 maybe of the rounds that went against them. Flipside's just playing great right now. And obviously, I mentioned it, Crims on this map for them is their efficient player. T-side, not as... You know, they could still play without him. They've still got entry fraggers. JW can easily get them. Flush is going to find his way in. But when they didn't have him at B, that definitely hurt.
The charge is coming. 3 flashes. It's just the Tech-9 rush up through mid. Well, it was still able to claim too. And now Fnatic have managed to get up to A. They do not want to double back to B because there's a 3-man push coming out from Flipside. Simple. Oh, there goes your first one. JW, it's just Fnatic getting caught at the top of mid. They didn't push in. They didn't have the confidence to go up through the archway because they didn't know where those 3 players were from Flipside. So they get caught from the heels. They'll go for their buy. And this is kind of the last hurrah for Fnatic. They have to find pickoffs with that AWP to start with. Get the plant down because one more round loss. And I think, well, especially if it's this one, they're going to be in dire straits cash-wise. And Flipside will be one round away from winning map 1.
And we've got World Edit and we've got Simple both holding on to the AWPs. So Markelov also can pick up an AWP on this team. Everyone knows his history as an AWPer. He's not really been the one to do it. I was told actually a couple weeks ago that he was trying to do on Mirage to be the second AWPer, but they still haven't put him in that position. But it just goes to show the versatility that Flipside have. I would love for this team to show this kind of performance on a regular basis.
Looking at backing up.
Smoke off top, Banana. That's going to give them a bit of breathing room. It allows Blade to rotate back over to A as well. Schneider's inside boiler, but he's already been smoked off. Immediately, Bondic throws out one on the doorway, so he won't have a chance to exit. In fact, he's going to fall all the way back into alt middle, and I think they're going to attempt to go to Banana right now.
I'm waiting to also see if Olaf can punch a hole over on B, because he's meant to be the distraction. Flush has already moved up.
And he's pulled Simple. He has pulled Simple. Or has he? No, he's going spools. He's going spools. Okay. So he actually left through CT connector. I thought he was going to take off, but he just didn't want to cross over through that smoke or beyond that smoke, so he took the long way around. He's actually going to hide an emo, so he's going to play really passive. So look for an efficient play out of them on this entry. This will allow World Edit. I like this performance. And Simple's already got 1. Make it 2. Unbelievable through the smoke that time. Finally, Flusha takes him. So I thought he was going to sit back and wait. He actually gets aggressive, and now up on top of the quad stack, Markelov, there's 2 for him as well. So great play from the B players.
And Markelov tightened that one. I know in his game up against Dignitas. Oh, hello, Olaf. He's actually managed to make this a... okay, he's not going to end this. 15th round goes to Flipside. But watching his game up against Dignitas, he was pretty much the man that was the reason that it didn't end in, like, 17 rounds. Because he started really tight. Positions like that, fighting from inside of Cubby, and making sure that you can delay that T-push in. They did commit a couple of Molotovs, but that was perfect. Then Flipside felt more under pressure in time, and then you breach in. You have to come a little bit faster. Either you have to run through fire, or you run through smoke. Either way, the crossfire was perfect, and now Flipside, let's see if they've got what it takes to close out this first map.
Well, they've got lots of rounds to work with to do it. That's the good news. They just need to breathe deep. They're playing great right now. Again, they're going to go with this double up. All rifles against them, and it's all going to be an A presence, and Blade's already faded heavy off B, so he'll be quick to the party. World Edit's flashed. That pushes him back, but not much further than that. Not far enough for Fnatic. As he already gets one, that's Flusha. He gets a second, a nice peek. That's Schneider, and a third, that's Pronax. What a round from World Edit. All four. You can flash the corner, but you shall not pass. As finally Olaf gets one in response, and that's World Edit finally silenced, and he might just have a round of his own because there's two. Blade on the backside also going down to a one-tap from the AK.
Problem is for Olaf, the bomb's over all the way on Archer, so the chance of him being able to pick that one up, that's also the reason why Flipside did this cover smoke. Making it impossible to move up to the bomb. Molotov's into the corner. Nowhere to hide, nowhere to run to. He's got a funny feeling he's getting flanked from behind. He has to go for this. There is no other choice. As he'll have a look around this corner. And simple. That's just Bondic to do the job. So, 16-6. That's going to be the end of the first map. And huge result as well. That was 27-7-12 was the end kill, the death assist for World Edit. He had a brilliant game. Absolutely brilliant.
We have to be careful.